How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we have the Super EZA for the LR STR Broly, and I am really excited for this showcase. I have not had this guy for the longest time, and only recently pulled him, pulled my first copy of him. Been using him mostly for World Tournament from the times that I had him, but on the new Carnival banner, we have managed to pull him to Rainbow, so I'm really excited to actually test this guy out in a real setting, because I never got to use him when he EZA'd, or even when he was released, so really excited for this. So let's hop on in, let's take a look here. So he's got key 3, attack defense 180%, additional key 1 per key 0 obtained, launches an additional super attack, and chance to perform a critical hit and damage reduction rate 26%. He has attacks guaranteed to hit, and when attacking with 12 or more key, he has attack defense 200%. When attacking with 18 or more key, he has attack 260%, and when there's a superclass enemy or another extreme class ally attacking the same turn, he gets key 3 critical hit and damage reduction rate 26%, and gives extreme allies 26% attack defense for 2 turns, as well as defense 260% when receiving an attack. When there's a Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, or Goku's family category enemy, he gets key 6 and performs a critical hit. And for 3 turns from his entry turn, he gets defense 200%, damage reduction rate 26% before attacking, and when all allies attacking the same turn are exploding rage or movie boss's characters. Now, he's not doing anything crazy on his super attack effect, just your basic raises attack and defense for the turn. Now, he does have a AoE on his 12 key, but we won't really be seeing that here. So we're actually going to put Wrathful Broly here in front. Now, the only reason I'm not putting STR Broly in front is because Trunks can seal. At least Wrathful Broly will tank the super. Well, they both should tank the super for this turn, even STR Broly. However, because it's a 2.2 million super. However, obviously we want STR Broly to attack, so he's got 4 links active. If we fall below the HP threshold, obviously we will activate Berserker. And okay, he did not attack slot 1. That's nice. And well, actually this works for Wrathful Broly too. Him not attacking slot 1 means that Wrathful Broly gets built up. So actually this works for everyone, right? Basically his design is, when possible, put him slot 1. Obviously you don't want to get sealed, but for the early turns he should be able to tank most hits in slot 1 to allow Tech Broly to build up in slot 2, right? Obviously Tech Broly slot 1 on turn 1 is not going to have all that much of attack, right? But you know, if you've got plenty of attacks in slot 2, Tech Broly can get built up for that turn, and then the next turn you flip him. That's basically how it works. Did that say 50 million? My goodness. Alright, nice. And then he does have that guaranteed additional super, so beautiful. Okay, so that did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Alrighty, so let's do this number. Probably not gonna do a whole lot of damage here, but that's okay. We'll just let it ride. We'll float the Tech Goku. I don't want to float the Broly just yet. I want to make sure we get Broly's domain as early as possible, or as late as possible, so we can have it in the final phases of this fight. Not too worried about this turn, honestly. The super is only 2 million. Although if it ends up being in Broly, we could be in trouble. Maybe. Let's see. Oof. Okay, well maybe we'll get lucky and get an additional super here. Not quite. Yeah, because that additional super gives him some extra defense. Okay, but we got lucky and it is a normal, actually. Yeah, and so I'm not transforming the Tech Broly just yet, just because we want to keep his damage reduction rate for as long as possible. Perfect. Okay, so we can let Tech Broly go slot 1 once more. We can put him here. So I mean, as you can see, there's not much going on here in terms of attack defense. It's pretty much the same no matter where what. He's plug and chug. Now, it will drop next turn because it's after that 3 turns, and there goes the super. Yeah, and we could have plugged him into slot 1 here, and he would have tanked that. However, obviously we want... he would kill, right? And then Tech Broly won't get his build up, which we do need. So, obviously, Tech Broly we do need to prioritize. And, I mean, that's the thing I love about the STR Broly so far, and what I'm seeing is that he does allow Tech Broly to do that. Although we just had a turn of full normals, but I mean, he's plug and chug. He doesn't have to build. He's just there, allowing Tech Broly to build up. So it's perfect. I have no complaints about that. Okay, so now we can go ahead and float the Broly. All right, so let's do this with Golden Frieza, and then we're actually good. Do that. There we go. Okay. So. Oh, okay, so the Super Zone Tech Golden Frieza. We could have put A. See, I was expecting it to be in slot 2 for some reason. They tend to super me a lot on slot 2, so that's what I was expecting. But we probably could have put AGL there. Okay, I mean, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Excellent. Additional super. Beautiful. Okay, and then now Golden Frieza. I think these guys can be Attack Lord. I can't remember. Oh, no, they can't. Dang, we should have went for the 18 key then. That's Vegito on the next one that can be Attack Lord. That's right. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I mean, the lower damage is probably good for us anyways, because that allows the next turn to do what it needs to do. There we go. Alright, well, and then now we get the build up on Golden Frieza, so it'll be easier to get his 18 key next turn. Okay. Let's see here. Excellent. Alright, so let's see. Go ahead and bring that out. In case we don't kill here, right? Let's grab that. We'll take that. And then we'll grab that with Tech Broly. So how are we looking this turn? Yeah, so there's that defense drop. Expected to see that. There we go. There we go. Just don't super me pre-super. That's all I ask. Okay. So again, that's the thing I love about this Broly is he literally, like, he lets Tech Broly build up, and then he finishes off the turn. It's great. Oh, I mean, this is perfect. All right, this is working nicely. This is his job, and he's doing it well. And then, of course, provides a link battery, right? 4 to 5 links is a good link battery, and so I can't complain about that. So STR Broly's not going to get to attack this turn, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. Excellent. Okay. Alright, that's nice. Alright, so now we're in the Vegito phase. I think what we'll do... Yeah, okay, so we're going to use the friend here. We're going to use... Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. And then let's use the target here. Perfect. That's a nice little turn for Gogeta, too. Unintentional showcase. Yeah. 50 million. All right, look at that. And mind you, that's Gogeta with 16 orbs on a movie boss's team. Even better, right? It's taking Gogeta all of that to do that, and STR Broly's just doing that. No questions asked. He's just showing up. Hey, here's my 50 million. Take it or leave it. It's kind of good. It's kind of cool. I like that. Like, it's pretty good. Alright, now, if I did this right, we should kill here. Between Gogeta, AGL Golden Frieza, and Tech Golden Frieza, if we did this right, which is what I need. I need us to kill here, just because it gives me the setup I want for Trunks. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, and if we did this right, we should have enough attack on Frieza to take him down. 90. Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Oh, we do. Extra super? Yes. Okay, we do. Alright, so this worked out the way I needed it to, and now we can enter that final phase with exactly the way we want it. Perfect. Okay. So, obviously we know, if you're not aware, right, Trunks is very likely to super in the last slot here. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's pop our domain here. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and then let's do... like, okay, perfect. And then let's do his attack, active skill here. Beautiful. Yep, exactly what I thought, right? So that super is in the slot 3, so we can literally just roll this. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we can literally just roll this setup here, and then let Broly die in the 3rd slot, and then revive into the next rotation. Okay, so, oh, look at that, 7 million too. Okay, perfect. So let's do that number. Oh, this is beautiful. This is such a great turn. Alright, so, I mean, we actually probably could have gotten away not using the active skill, but, I mean, not really a big deal. Tech Broly isn't the showcase here. And dealing as much damage as possible is priority. So next turn we'll probably use an Usher, just so we can come back to this rotation here. There we go. 59 million. Beautiful. That's good. Yeah. So he could potentially have a lot more if it were hit like his first turn. Like I've seen him on turn 1 do like 70 million when he's like in that first 3 turns. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, and then now Broly's going to go ahead and die for us. It's a shame him and the STR don't link. It is a shame. What? What? He lived. Okay. Huh. I was not anticipating him living. That's for sure. Okay, so... okay, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna usher this turn so we can come back safely into the next turn. For... Okay, 5. We'll take 5. That's not ideal, but we'll take it. Okay, and then... So we got the int phase, and then now we'll go into the tech phase, where damage is going to be a little bit bit easier because he loses some of that damage reduction, but his supers are going to hit a lot harder. Okay, so maybe we should have saved the access skill, but that's okay. It's not really a big deal. Excellent. Okay, so if we're lucky, what we will get is some good orbs on the field for Gogeta. And if we do... I didn't want to use the target this turn. We use it next turn. Yeah, so if we're lucky, we'll get some good orbs on the field for Gogeta. And then we can just have him get his... There we go. I wonder if we should just left Broly on, actually. We're going to have Int Broly next turn. And then they could have linked together. Is what it is. It's probably better if we have the target and we have the Golden Freezes together anyways. Alrighty. Alright, and this is the final turn of our domain, too. Okay, so I do see a path for... orbs. Whether or not this drops and allows that to happen, though, is another story. No, it did not. Okay, hang on. Alrighty, so we're going to have to just roll with this. We were able to set up 5 keys here. This is the best setup we can get here. So we're just going to roll with this here. But between Tech Broly and STR Broly, I don't think we're going to have a problem. But let's see here. So pretty much 4 to 5 links active the whole way through here. I don't think we ever ended up in a position where we could activate Berserker. Now that would have been nice if we could have a turn where we activate Berserker, because I mean, that's how you make the most of this dude, is being just below that threshold where you have that active consistently and you can deal that damage. So we might die here if Gogeta fails his dodge in slot 3. Very likely. Although with Broly keeping up these super attacks, we could be we could be okay. Remember, this is a 7.7 million super. Wow, so for the super normal that we got earlier, we are making it up with a full turn of supers with Wrathful Broly. So we'll take that. Beautiful. Oh, there goes the super. Okay, do we live this? I think we should. Oh, yeah, we do. I love that. And we ate that super, too. There we go. And 56 minutes. So this is about average for him. I'll take that. I'll take that. So unless you have Berserker active, and then he jumps up to 70 million. Is that enough to kill, though? Yeah, so obviously he wouldn't have loved the 7 million super from Trunks, by the way, in case you were wondering. Now, we didn't get the extra super. Okay, now Gogeta, just don't screw up and kill him. I mean... 48 million. Okay, yeah, we got this. Okay, we got this. Perfect. Okay, I like it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, yep. He does exactly what I needed him to do. His EZA functions to just be a battery for... His EZA functions to be a battery for Tech Broly. And that's good enough for me, personally. Add on to the fact that he's still throwing out 50 million supers. That's nothing crazy, but I mean, that is enough, like, as you said, to kind of, as you saw here, to just kind of push towards the end of the phases here. It's very helpful what he's doing for Broly in some of those shorter fights, right? Broly's still got to manage what he's doing, but at least it gives you a good amount of damage from those fights, right? If you notice, when we did our special battle runs with Tech Broly, right, there was a lack of damage on a lot of the teams unless we were running Giant 8 power. I think STR Broly really helps that out because he adds that damage for those early turns especially if you get the multiple supers, as well as having that sort of slot 1 viability for 1 to 2 turns while Tech Broly gets built up, and then they can switch, and it's perfect. So I like that. I mean, I honestly think, like, for certain special battle runs, you could, or not special, Festival of Battle runs, actually, you could have Tech Broly next to STR Broly and not have to worry about STR Broly stacking, because he can just be the links for Tech Broly while Tech Broly just one-shots every phase. It could work. I think it could work, and he's got enough extra defense that he'll be living the normals all the way to the end. So as long as you can avoid the supers, you're golden. Yeah. Oh, this could totally work. Yeah. Okay, I like what STR Broly's doing. He's really good. He's really good. Shame we never got Berserker active, but still pretty good within that. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of the STR LR Broly Super EZA. I think they killed it. I think it's great, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.